Hi everyone. Welcome back to another day with Tu Tieu. No voiceovers, no dialogues, just the rhythm of daily life, choices made, and the small joys that shape dreams. Today's story follows Tu Tieu as she harvests the sweetest forest fruits, prepares refreshing drinks, and takes the first steps toward opening her very own bakery. Watch closely. The journey is as beautiful as the destination. Sunlight filtered through the dense canopy, casting gentle streaks across the forest where Tu Tieu drew a deep breath. A new day had begun, carrying the earthy scent of damp soil and fresh vegetation. She held her basket and bag, stepping carefully along the familiar path, eyes scanning the wild, ripe doodah fruits hanging heavily from the branches. Her heart swelled with excitement, joy radiating through each movement. Every breeze seemed to carry blessings, every rustling leaf a quiet celebration of a promising day ahead. Tu Tieu paused, taking in the forest around her, listening to the birdsong and the whisper of leaves underfoot, sensing a profound connection with nature and the gentle rhythm of life she cherished. Ahead lay the work of harvesting fruits, small challenges awaiting her hands, yet her spirit brimmed with energy. Each step, each breath, was a silent reminder of her perseverance, of the dream of opening her bakery waiting in the near future. In that moment, she did not just see the plump, glistening doodah fruits. She envisioned a future where her dream would materialize through her own effort and determination. A subtle smile touched her lips as she advanced, basket in hand, ready for the journey of harvest. She worked not merely for the fruits, but to savor the serenity and joy of the forest itself. Sunlight bathing the scene like a promise of the good things yet to come. A luminous whisper of hope and fulfillment illuminating her path, urging her forward into the promise of a day filled with labor, anticipation, and quiet triumph. Uri appeared along the winding forest path, his steps measured yet eyes filled with attentive care. Tu Tieu greeted him warmly, and together they approached the wild doodah tree, standing proudly amid the greenery. Ripe, glossy fruits hung from branches, sunlight glinting on them like tiny crimson jewels. They climbed the tree in tandem, baskets interwoven between their hands, plucking each fruit carefully while exchanging quiet, fleeting smiles. The sweet aroma and rich flavor of the fruits filled the air, making every moment alive and intimate. Tu Tieu urged Uri to taste one, her eyes sparkling with delight at the rich sweetness of the harvest. They shared words, tips for picking the fruits, and recollections of past experiences, their hearts syncing with the rhythm of the forest. Each reach, each stretch, was a testament to their cooperation and mutual support. When the basket grew full, they paused, surveying the fruits they had gathered, breathing a collective sigh of relief, smiles lingering gently on their faces. This harvest was more than collecting fruit. It was companionship, simple joy, and a subtle triumph over nature's bounty. Tu Tieu glanced at Uri, seeing care, delight, and reassurance in his gaze, recognizing that this shared effort provided the strength she needed to pursue her dream of opening a bakery. In that suspended moment, the forest became not just a place for ripened fruit, but a sanctuary for friendship, trust, and cherished memories, mingling seamlessly with the scent of ripe doodah and the dappled sunlight filtering through the leaves, each ray illuminating the quiet, profound connection between them. After completing the harvest, Tu Tieu and Uri stood beneath the gentle afternoon sun, baskets overflowing with fruit. Tu Tieu shared with Uri the news of the house Alan had agreed to lend her, a place near the market where she could open her bakery. Excitement and worry intermingled in her heart. Uri listened intently, his gaze focused and supportive. He promised to visit the house, inspect the furniture, and organize the space for her business. His assurance brought a measure of calm to Tu Tieu, though a trace of concern lingered in her eyes, wondering if the house was truly suitable and whether the bakery would flourish. They discussed the layout, the arrangement of items, and how to make use of existing furniture to save costs. The atmosphere was tense yet full of hope, every word and gesture imbued with the passion of a young woman striving to turn her dream into reality. Amid the quiet, punctuated by rustling leaves and bird songs, Tu Tieu looked at Uri and felt his unwavering support, sensing she was not alone on the path ahead. Excitement intertwined with responsibility. Each step preparing the bakery brought the vision to life, carrying the sweet scent of a promising future. Sunlight glimmered through the branches as if to remind her that every small effort contributed to the day she would finally realize her dream. The forest around them, alive with natural whispers, became a silent witness to their planning, their shared hope, and the careful laying of groundwork for a dream that was slowly, deliberately coming true. Returning home after the harvest, Tu Tieu and Trang began their preparations. Their hands meticulously washed the plums, peeled the duda fruits, and carefully arranged each piece into glass jars to soak in sugar. The scent of ripe fruits filled the small kitchen, and every careful movement revealed their focus and dedication. Trang selected each fruit, while Tu Tieu observed and guided her on mixing them to ensure the drinks had vivid colors and appealing flavors. The space was bathed in sunlight and light laughter, yet beneath it lay synchronized coordination, patience, and discipline in every step. Once completed, they arranged their plum and duda syrup drinks at the market, displaying fresh fruits prominently for customers to see. Their breathing synchronized with the lively rhythm of the market as passers-by paused, admired, and purchased their fruits. Joy radiated, mingled with pride and satisfaction, knowing they had created something entirely with their own hands. Each jar, each basket of fruit was not merely a product, but a manifestation of effort, care, and creativity. Tu Tieu silently watched, savoring the pleasure of sharing the flavors of the forest with others. The sense of accomplishment, the connection between the sisters and their customers, brought a quiet yet profound happiness, like morning sunlight glinting off the glistening fruits, signaling a new day filled with hope, energy, and the promise of small yet meaningful successes, a reminder that labor and attention to detail can transform simple fruits into experiences that nourish both body and spirit. The market buzzed with activity, voices mingling with the scent of food and the fragrance of flowers. Tu Tieu and Trang arranged baskets of fruits on their table, syrup jars glimmering under the sunlight. Customers paused, drawn by the vivid colors and sweet aromas. Tu Tieu presented each drink and fruit, her eyes shining with pride. Trang stood beside her, smiling as people purchased their items, their laughter mingling with the excitement of the moment. The doodah and sugar-soaked plums quickly found buyers, and the baskets gradually emptied, their hearts racing with the market's pace. Joy blended with satisfaction as the tangible results of their labor manifested. A small yet deeply meaningful triumph. Tu Tieu glanced around, noticing appreciative eyes and contented smiles, realizing her efforts had been rewarded. Tuan exchanged brief conversations with customers, sharing tips for making the syrup drinks delicious, while both felt the strength of teamwork and companionship fueling their work. As the final basket emptied, they exhaled in relief, sharing a smile, recognizing that today marked a small but significant step toward opening the bakery. It was more than selling fruits. It was the joy of creating value, experiencing success, and preparing for upcoming challenges with hope and determination. The market became a stage for their shared efforts, where every interaction, every purchase, and every smile reflected dedication, passion, and the quiet satisfaction of seeing dreams begin to take shape. In the midst of chatter, sunlight, and scents of ripe fruit, they stood together, bound by a sense of accomplishment and the promise of a future crafted with their own hands and unwavering resolve. Uri stood before the wide-open door of the house Alan had lent, sunlight spilling in and revealing dusty furniture. He stepped inside, inspecting every corner and object, the ceiling spotless but still showing traces of time. The old tables and chairs were usable, needing only a thorough cleaning to serve the bakery. Uri picked up a broom to sweep away cobwebs, moving methodically, each motion restoring cleanliness to the space for Tu Tieu. He called her to report on the progress, receiving warm words of gratitude through the phone. The quiet atmosphere, punctuated by the sounds of tidying, filled Uri with a sense of responsibility and joy, knowing he was preparing a place for Tu Tieu's dream. As he neared completion, he looked around, sunlight glinting off polished furniture, the floor immaculate, the sense of accomplishment tangible. It was more than cleaning. It was the tangible realization of a part of her dream, a silent act of care and support from a devoted friend. Uri smiled quietly, imagining Tu Tieu stepping into the bakery, the aroma of pastries wafting through, customers arriving. He understood that each meticulous step, however small, contributed to laying the foundation for the future, a space where dreams, effort, and companionship converged into an environment brimming with hope. Every sweep, every polished surface was a gesture of anticipation and dedication, an invisible thread linking support, preparation, and the realization of aspirations. In that sunlit room, Uri felt the quiet power of contributing to someone else's vision, knowing that the clean floors, shining furniture, and organized corners were more than material. They were the first tangible bricks of Tu Tieu's future bakery, ready to welcome the sweet aroma of success and the warmth of realized dreams. After cleaning and arranging everything, Tu Tieu and Tuan began preparing drinks from the sugar-soaked duda and plums. Each drop of deep red syrup fell into the cups, releasing a sweet aroma that mingled with the morning light streaming through the windows. The sisters focused intently on every step, adding ice carefully, tasting each sip with eyes lighting up as the flavors reached perfection. Tu Tieu carried a cup to the bakery, seeing Uri arranging tables and chairs. He took the cup, sipped, and his expression showed delight and surprise. The space was filled with a sense of accomplishment and connection among them. Tuan and Tu Tieu exchanged satisfied smiles, feeling the morning's efforts fully rewarded. This small joy symbolized that the dream of opening the bakery was no longer distant. A serene atmosphere intertwined with the lively rhythm of the market outside and the soft glow of afternoon light, as if everything awaited new stories to unfold. Tu Tieu gazed through the window, imagining the upcoming days of selling pastries, welcoming customers, and connecting with the community. The ending scene remained open, leaving the audience with feelings of hope and curiosity about the next steps in her journey and the bakery's growth. Every moment experienced, from harvesting doodah, preparing drinks, selling at the market, to cleaning the bakery, was a journey of bonding, learning, and the initial blossoming of a dream. The sunlight catching the syrup, the laughter of sisters, the quiet diligence of Uri, all wove together into a cinematic snapshot of effort, joy, and anticipation, marking the threshold of a new chapter where aspirations, cooperation, and the first fruits of dedication promised a future full of potential and sweet possibilities.